Hi there, Richard Fulmer here, and welcome to another Richard's Rock Rambles, the Hidden Gems. Yep, we're carrying on with our look at bands that were overlooked or weren't even known about. And first of all, I must apologize for the very poor lighting here. When I set this all up and I was ready to go, I completely forgot that we were due to have some load shedding, which, if you don't know what that word means, it's just a fancy way of saying a blackout or a power shortage, blah blah blah. The powers that be don't have the power to supply us with electricity, so we go off for a few hours and then we come back on and blah blah. But I had everything ready, so I thought, what the hell, I'm going to go for it. Like I said, you should be able to see me. I'm somewhere here in the dark. Yeah, it's all part of living in SA. Anyway, on with the show, as they say. So we're going to be chatting about a band, which I suppose you could call them a supergroup, really. And they were started by two guys who were part of Ozzy Osbourne's first solo efforts after being kicked out of Black Sabbath. He came out with Blizzard of Oz, that was his first album, and then Diary of a Madman. Those were the first two. And the two guys that were in the band at that time were Bob Daisley on bass. Of course, Bob Daisley had been with Rainbow. He also played for Black Sabbath. He had his own band, I think, in the beginning, because I think he's Australian originally, or New Zealander. The Widowmaker was the name of the band. He's played with Michael Schenker. He's played with a whole bunch of people. So he was there on bass. Plus, he was the main songwriter for Ozzy at that stage, although he gets very little credit for that. It kind of gets glossed over. But in any case, the other guy was Lee Kerslake, ex-Uriah Heep, on drums, and him and Bob Daisley worked really well together in the rhythm department. So they were part of the band. Obviously, Randy Rose was there right at the beginning, and then Ozzy. And then, for whatever reason, they were having problems with Ozzy and the management. They were due money, which wasn't coming to them. So they said, hang on, what's the deal here? So they were subsequently kicked out the band, and Rudy Sarzo and Tommy Aldridge came in on bass and drums, respectively. And then much later on, Sharon Osbourne, for some bizarre reason, decided to take out their drums and their bass work from those first two albums and replace it with, other recorded stuff. So all very strange, very, very iffy, and not the way things should be done. Cheers. But anyway, that was the case. So that was Bob Daisley and Lee Kerslake, and they were the guys who thought, hang on, let's just do these songs again. Some of these songs again, let's re-record them and get in a whole bunch of guys and make up this super group. So who else was in the band? On vocals, they had a guy with an amazing voice, really powerful. Reminds me a lot of Brian Johnson from AC/DC, or Dan McCavity from Nazareth, or even Noddy Holder from Slade. And this guy's name is Jimmy Barnes, and he used to sing for an Australian band called Cold Chisel. That was back in the 70s. On guitar, none other than Steve Morse, of course, Steve Morse from Dixie Dregs, Deep Purple, Kansas, amazing guitarist. Lee Kerslake on drums, Bob Daisley on bass, and then Don Airey on keyboards, although his name doesn't get credited, I think, on the actual album. So the band called themselves Living Loud, and they only made the one album, and that's the album there, Living Loud. A really cool release of great hard rock, plus tracks from the first two Aussies that they re-recorded. And I must say, the vocalist, Jimmy Barnes, excellent job. So, let me just see if there's anything I can show you. I don't know if you can see it in this terrible light today, although this gives it a slightly romantic feel, or even a sort of a spooky feel, if you like. Not that I'm trying to go for that, it's just because of the lack of power here. You can see that, those are the guys there. I think that's Steve Morse, and that's Jimmy Barnes, Bob Daisley, Lee Kerslake, and that's Don Airey at the bottom there. See, here he is credited, although he's not on the... So all the lyrics to the songs are there. Some you'll know, I don't know, that's an Aussie song. There's just the lyrics. There's not much in the way of photographs that I can show you. There's the guys. I think that was for their music video that they did. So what do you get on this album? Let's have a look. Very well produced, by the way. Let's see. First track, Last Chance. So what you have on here, you have original tracks plus the Aussie tracks. So Last Chance is an original. Great vocals from Jimmy Barnes, like I said, and really powerful voice. Then the first one of the Aussie tracks, I Don't Know. And I think I Don't Know is from Diary of a Madman, if I have my facts straight. Really great version of that. And Steve Morse just gives it a whole nother lease on life. I mean, obviously, you're not going to improve on Randy Rhoads. It's just a different take on what he did. Really nicely done. Every Moment a Lifetime, that's another one of the originals. Crazy Train, that great song from the first Aussie Blizzard of Oz album. Really well done here with some excellent vocals, great drumming. And you can hear that Bob Daisley and Lee Kerslake, who did so well on those first two Aussies, put it off again on this particular album. In the Name of God. Now, I think that was the single that came off this album, and there was a DVD, which is also on here as a bonus video clip, In the Name of God. It's very sort of a topical song about war and about starvation and stuff like that. Quite a hectic video. But anyway, that's the sort of bonus thing you get on here, In the Name of God. Flying High again, that's also from Diary of a Madman of Ozzy. They do another version on here. Push Me Too Hard, that's an instrumental, sorry, not instrumental, an original. Mr. Crowley, brilliantly done here by Steve Morse. You know, is there anything this guy can't do? He can pull off Richie Blackmore if he has to, and he can pull off Randy Rhoads. But as I said, with his own style. Tonight, that was from Diary of a Madman. Walk Away and Over the Mountain, which was also from Diary of a Madman. If you're a purist and you're going, oh, but that's not the way, this isn't what Ozzy's doing. This is what Bob Daisley and Lee Kerslake, the rhythm section on those first two albums, the way they saw it. And I think the guys that got in here did a really cool job. There was also a DVD that came out of these guys on tour. And this was live at the Sydney Fox Studios in 2004. It's like a small audience. So that's the DVD there. You see the guys live there. And there's all the tracks at the back. If there's any extra in here. No, it's pretty much what's on the album. And then you also get a bonus documentary, In the Name of God, the promotional video that I spoke about. Some TV ads, showcase, and album release. And that's just the inside there. There's not much else to show you. So yeah, if you can, I think it's still in print. Get yourselves this album. And if you can, the DVD. Both worth checking out and listening to. Just a different take on some of Ozzy's work. Plus some really interesting original stuff. With a bunch of guys who know their craft. I mean, you had a great singer, great rhythm section. Excellent guitarist. And Don Airey on keyboards, of course. He was the guy I forgot to mention. He's played with everybody. And yeah, these guys, they almost become like musos for hire. I mean, he's played for Schenker, he's played for Rainbow, he's played for Sabbath. Who else has he played for? Jeez, he's played for so many people. Colosseum 2, in fact. That's the other band that Don Airey played for. So there we go, short and sweet. Living Loud, worth checking out. I'll catch you guys again soon. Hopefully next time I'll have a little bit more electricity, a little bit more light. And yeah, look after yourselves. Have a great week. If you haven't done so yet, please down below, give me a thumbs up and a subscription. That'll be fantastic. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And any comments are always welcome, good or bad, no worries. Take it easy and I'll catch you soon. Cheers.